Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Let's get on into our game. So, here we are, outside the last round. I may have to do weird stuff with any content I record in the last round because the music in there trips copyright things. So I want to show it because there's a lot of talking that goes on in there. I'll just have to strip out the song, so things may get a bit weird with those recordings. So if you see if you hear the music the soundtrack get really strange, and when I'm recording in the last round, that's why. So we have talked to Maximilian Strauss and the various anarchs of the last round about an epidemic and about just general politics stuff, and now we need to go check in with Mr. Sebastian Lacroix. We've kept him waiting. According to Jack, maybe he sent us out to die. So let's see if he's surprised to see us. And here's a familiar face. Hello.
Hey there, Chief. Small world, huh?
Yep.
Yep, after that gallery, I didn't think I'd be able to get a job guarding a room full of Jack Squat from the Boogity Man. But then I get a call offering me this sweet night shift slot, and I'm back in the security game. Well, enough about my lucky break. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Chief?
So this, I'm sure you'll all remember, was the security guard outside of the art gallery in our art criticism episode. We got him to let us in, we bamboozled him, and then we slashed up the painting. So that happened on his watch, and, well, he got relocated. Now, if you choose differently, you can end up having him kill himself, I think, or killing him yourself, and then, of course, he won't be here. Now, someone who looks pretty much exactly like him will be here. That turns out to be his twin or something, and his twin is much less talkative, much less happy-go-lucky, so it's just more entertaining to have this guy here. Yeah, I'm here to see Lacroix.
Would that be Sebastian Lacroix of the Lacroix Foundation, or Dwayne Lacroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company?
Insurrection Baby Formula Company. That sounds like a front for something weird. Sebastian Lacroix.
Okay then. Mr. Lacroix, he told me to expect someone fitting your description sometime.
Then why did you ask me?
You go right on up.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you types do up there.
We drink
if you
people's
need
blood.
Security, well, you just ring the front desk and ask for Officer Chunk.
Chunk?
That's me, in case you were wondering.
Did you say Chunk?
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah, especially when you mention it.
My football days. Actually, my fantasy football days at the station. Stationarium. That was this office supply outlet mall I used to watch. Hey, you kids! No skating in the parking lot! That was me.
Right. Be seeing you, Chunk. So, he's a bit doofy, but he's entertaining. And we'll get to chat with him whenever we come and see Sebastian. Up to the penthouse. And here we see the marvelously appointed office of one Monsieur Sebastian Lacroix. Let's see if he's surprised to see us.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building.
Yeah, great.
Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes?
Yes, that is...
Most excellent.
Okay, I
had
was
no
going to say
doubt
something
you
else.
proved my decision a prudent one.
Okay.
I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel.
So here you can sell out Mercurio. You can say, oh yeah, he lost it. I had to go do everything myself. And then, well, something different happens than what is going to happen because we are not going to sell Mercurio out. So remember that he offered to do us a favor. He said he'd be in our debt as long as we did not tell Lacroix that he'd screwed up. So we're not going to sell him out. I don't know if saying that the Santa Monica Kindred were a little two-faced actually gives anything away. But you'll also remember that Jeanette and Therese, after we reconciled the differences, told us not to tell anyone about the fact that they're a crazy Malkavian. I'm inclined to believe that everyone knows that for the most part. So, we're just going to say no, none at all, and lie through our teeth.
That's the answer I like to hear. You've done well, circumstances being what they were.
You put me in the
I will
circumstances.
admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may
Pretty
yet
sure about
prove
that?
to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing, the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me?
I'd say, yes, sir. I'm gonna brown nose.
Excellent. Were you by chance in the military at all?
No.
I was an officer myself, actually. In Napoleon's ranks. There have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. What about it?
The Dane was found out at sea. The reports say it was without crew, but they have yet to report a fate of said crew. The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture.
That was an
So what I
unnecessarily
need is
complicated
facts.
phrase.
And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature,
Okay.
and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus.
I'm not qualified as a supernatural detective. What do you need me to do?
You have 3 objectives.
Okay.
1. I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual.
I wouldn't know about anything
They
unusual
sense
on
something
sarcophagi.
peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air.
Yeah,
since the
Beckett told
Dane's
us about
arrival.
that.
Do not, under any circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus.
Okay, why?
Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying.
Okay.
The last thing we want is police aware of our existence. So be careful what you do in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood?
You told me to blow it up. You did not tell me to evacuate it and then blow it up. You have to be very specific. Sure, yes.
Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier.
Yep.
The man so does love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say?
So, you can say a number of things here. I'm just going to report exactly what he said. Let's do this by the numbers. Here's what he said.
Nothing they haven't crassly delivered untold times within Elysium. You have to understand, most of the Anarchs know no better option, or have been bullied into their cause. by
Saying
the
that he
unruly ones.
delivered it within Elysium is sort of saying that he did it when there are no consequences,
Now that
when he can't
that's
be
out
sort
of
of
the way,
attacked.
I trust
calling
you're
him a
prepared to
coward, I
leave
think.
For the Dane.
I am, but I had some questions first.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
I want to ask about some people.
Yes,
No, let's talk about Beckett.
you've met Beckett.
Yes.
Yes, he did pay me the courtesy of announcing his presence in my city. He's lionized in kindred society, by most. Beckett's the definition of renowned scholar, but he's also a lone wolf.
Gasp.
And owes allegiance only to his intellectual pursuits.
So, remember, we were told by the crazy thin-blooded lady on the beach that we could trust only 2 people. The lone wolf and the man on the couch. So, Beckett must be this lone wolf, and the man on the couch is likely Mercurio, whom, because we have not betrayed him, owes us a favor. And it looks like, if this crazy fortune-teller lady is to be believed, that he will make good on this favor. All right, someone else.
Yes,
You.
it's common knowledge.
Not to me.
I was born in Calais, France,
Fill me in.
over 200 years ago. When I graduated from the Royal Military Academy,
Ooh, you're proud of that,
I
aren't you?
joined Napoleon's army.
How'd that go
It
for
was
you?
shortly after Waterloo, when I was embraced by a Belgian noble. From that time onward, I counted some of the greatest kindred in Europe as my mentors.
Uh-huh.
and worked towards establishing a Camarilla presence in new territories. In 1930, I came to the Americas and staked power in New York.
Staked power. Is that a
Soon
joke?
after, I headed west to claim domain.
You know, stakes. What clan are you?
I'm Ventrue. But I don't disparage any of the other clans.
Not to their face, at
All are
least.
equally important in maintaining the foundations of the Camarilla, and the elders of each serve as my counsel.
Do you actually listen to them? All right, more questions.
Yes,
How about that guy standing behind you?
he's my sheriff.
Uh-huh.
When there is a problem that words are wasted on, I send him. The less one sees of him, the better.
I believe it. Someone else.
Yes,
Let's talk about Jack.
Jack. The man is a scourge, the physical manifestation of chaos. Whenever he makes an appearance in one city, it is only a matter of time before a calamity is attributed to his latest lark.
All right, so Jack and the Prince both think ill of each other. The Prince hasn't suggested that Jack is, you know, manipulating us anyway, though Jack has suggested explicitly that we are being manipulated by LaCroix, which is no surprise. Let's ask about some things.
Which is,
The Camarilla.
in this age of information, videotape, and weapons of mass destruction,
Moss.
the Camarilla is more necessary than it has ever been. The alternative to thorough secrecy these days is extinction. As long as we exist, so shall kindred society.
All right, something else.
Which is,
Tell me about the Sabbat.
every night you wake up, be thankful you were not sired by one of their kind, or you would have woken under the ground, forced to claw your way up from the dirt into a brief, bloody, violent existence. Savages, bloodthirsty, irresponsible heathens.
Tell me what you really think. One more question.
Which is,
Should name myself Columbo. The Ankaran sarcophagus. It's not a question, but you
all
know.
I know about the Ankaran sarcophagus is what I've heard on the news.
Okay.
It was found during an archaeological excavation in Turkey, and it appears ancient.
Mm-hmm.
There could be nothing but dust inside. However, that does not discount the possibility of it containing some kindred artifact, or even a mummy. All of these evidence of the
Like a
supernatural,
walking mummy?
and therefore potentially damaging to us. As for it containing an ancient kindred, the Camarilla does not put stock in the actuality of antediluvians. They're myths. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
So the antediluvians, we'll get some of this lore later on. They are supposed progenitors of each of the clans, sort of like the original vampires embraced by, well, the first vampires embraced by the original vampire, who is alleged to be Cain, hence our designation as Cainites, which we saw when we read the journal of the quote-unquote Asian vampire back in Santa Monica. So the existence of antediluvians, as you said, is disputed by the Camarilla officially, because there's a lot of sort of eschatological myth around the existence of antediluvians. That is, some kindred believe that when they return, as they shall, it will presage the end times. And end times are bad for business and order, so the Camarilla officially denies their existence. Although one wonders why we would be so strenuously cautioned against opening it. They don't think there's anything particularly nasty in there, unless mummies are particularly nasty. I don't know. All right, I'm ready to go.
Good. I'm counting on an encore exposition of the talent you showed earlier.
Will do.
Go. And remember, under no
Yeah, I got it. I don't know why you're
circumstances
so
are you to open
insistent
the
on
Ankaran
this.
sarcophagus.
You afraid I'm going to sneeze?
We'll talk later. Good. There's a boat waiting
Yep.
for you on the beach in Santa Monica. One more thing. You've been careless lately about maintaining the
Oh,
masquerade.
come on. I did one thing.
See that you don't attract any more attention.
Whatever. All right, let's get out of this place. Clashes with my shirt. All right, outside. So we are not going to go directly to the Elizabeth Dane and the Ankaran sarcophagus. There is a significant amount of stealth that you need to be able to do there, and well, I can't really raise my stealth much. Stealth you raise by doing stealth and security, stealth and dexterity. I can get a little bit more dexterity and therefore a little bit of a temporary boost to stealth when I do blood buff. So I get 2 points when I do blood buff, which will get me 2 points in stealth sneaking, which will get me up to 7, which is pretty good for the most part. And it takes a lot of points to increase this otherwise, so I may stay away from that. What we want to focus on, as I do in every game, are the sort of conversation stats. So let's deal with persuasion and research are lower than seduction. So persuasion is one of our social skills. So let's get scholarship because that gives us both both research and persuasion. There we go, they're both at 5. We have 4 points left. I think next we'll want to increase one of our disciplines. And so for the time being, we will spend no further points. Okay, so to deal with the epidemic, we were first instructed to go find someone's ghoul named Paul in the Skyline Apartments. We were also instructed by Skelter. He was the sort of hostile vampire downstairs the last round, to go check out and deal with a ghoul. Shots fired. There's a fight. Man, that guy. All right, here's Fat Larry. Oh man, there's a lot of fighting going on here. Oh, we're gonna ignore that fighting, and we're gonna go talk to this guy. Hey, what's up?
Player, what's the score? How they hang? Good evening and all that commotion. Welcome to Fat Larry's Trucker Mac, the only store for all your needs after 10 o'clock. I am the proprietor and salesman of the month several years in a row. The ladies call me, oh God, but you can call me Fat Larry with a
all this chaos in the background.
I know I got a weight problem, I just don't give a fuck.
I love this murder sound in the background, and we're just, you know, blasé having a business discussion. Do you sell like counterfeit basketball jerseys or something? Let's be insulting.
Counterfeit? Man, I look like one of those peanut-headed rock-smoking brothers selling SHACK shirts they made at their mama's house. I'm the real deal OG man in the alley with what you need. Counterfeit? Why you gotta be like that?
All right. No, let's continue being a bit gruff. Then put your money where your mouth is and show me what you got, fat boy.
Nah, that's what I like to hear.
He said we could call him fat, it's okay.
I save my best stuff for select clientele. Now that don't mean I don't appreciate your business. It's just, you know, business.
Yeah, I got it. Show me the merchandise. Okay, so we can buy submachine gun, some crossbow bolts, a pistol of some kind, and new clothes. Heavy clothing. This is a set of heavy clothing which acts as armor. Heavy clothing has an armor rating of 1, and there are no stat penalties for equipping it. Let's buy it. Now, sadly, this means that we will no longer see the shirt. So everyone, take a moment and look at this shirt, because from here on out we'll be wearing something different. Maybe at some point we'll show off the shirt again, but let's change clothes right here in the alley. We have no shame. And now you can see we're wearing a very nice deep purple. I can't really see what it is from the front. Hey, can we see what it is from here? Yeah, you can see this better. It's a nice deep purple, I'd call that blazer, and a much plainer, unfortunately, shirt. But I still think we look just dashing. And additionally, this makes us, gives us a little bit of armor, and I'm sure makes us more appealing to the ladies. All right, wait, I'm going the wrong way. I'm gonna take my new threads and go into the club and deal with this Patty person. So, as it happens, there's a kind of obnoxious thing about this club, which I will show to you. What's obnoxious about it is this turnstile. This turnstile was not in the vanilla version of the game. It was restored in this unofficial mod. I don't know why it was restored because it causes problems. When you talk to Patty, you get her to leave, she can get stuck here and then cause you to get stuck here. So I'm going to need to save right outside of this in case that happens so we can deal with it. So now we are going to go in. Oh, come on. See, you know, it's very stop it. It's very easy to get this thing to stop moving, and that's bad. This is Patty. Before we talk to her, let's talk to this young lady. Here is the downtown blood doll, and we can seduce her. Our seduction is high enough. I just wanted to see if your voice was as angelic as you are. It is. You are.
Me?
Yes, you. There's no one else in this bar or this city that I could say that to. Her voice is not angelic. You like that? How about this? And so we have a source of food. Remember, do not drain them dry. That is bad. You'll lose humanity, and you won't be able to feed from them ever again because they're dead. All right, now let's deal with Patty here.
I knew you'd talk to me. I swear you were all like totally drawn to me.
So totally drawn to you.
I usually meet all the LA vampires out on the scene.
Yeah.
Not a lot of you out tonight.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm not a vampire. Vampires, huh?
No, come on. It's totally cool. I'm Patty.
Uh-huh.
Seriously, everyone knows.
I don't know you.
Besides, I just wanted to ask you if you've seen someone.
Who is this lucky someone?
His name is Kent Allen Ryan.
Kent
He's
Allen
a
Ryan.
Toreador. Really good looking, dresses really well, like all Prada usually.
Nice. What? Yeah. I do know him. I saw him recently.
You are totally awesome.
I know, right?
Well, it just goes to show you that you don't have to dress cool or have a lot of power to be
Oh,
a cool person.
come on.
So, where is Ken?
God, he's in the depths of hell. Why don't you go visit him? So you can see we have a persuade option here. If you don't have the persuade option, you'll need to take number 1 there. If you do that, she's going to go out into an alley, and then you have to kill her. Of course, killing her in a downtown alley has some risks. You might be seen, and therefore have the police come after you. If you do it sort of supernaturally, you might have the police come after you and incur a masquerade violation. So, it is all around better just to get her to go. And you can do that with this persuasion option. He went to San Diego for some business deals he had to act fast on.
Oh, that is totally Ken.
I know, right? So totally
Like
Kent.
that.
Uh-huh.
I better go find him. He needs my help to do anything.
I know, he's totally useless without you. Yeah, no problem. Just drive down there. He'll be looking for you. Alright, so she may get stuck in the damn turnstile. We're not going to look. Maybe if we don't look, it'll change the outcome. That's how it works, right? And we're going to talk to this, the female bartender here. Hello.
Everybody comes in has got to have a shot house rule.
Do I have to buy it?
The person to
Are you gonna-
2 more of these and you'll be telling me your nastiest, dirtiest stories. I am your beef priestess, and it's time to confess.
Your static cleavage is sort of distracting. And who am I about to have the pleasure of speaking to?
Venus.
I'm not
is
sure the
more
seduction
handsome
actually does anything in her
than
case.
you want to confess, love.
Let's see. So you can be straight up. Eventually, you have to say something substantive in order to get out of her the quest that she wants to give you. Let's say that warehouse that blew up in Santa Monica. That was me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting for someone like you to come in here.
Have you?
You see, I've got this situation that's gotten a little out of hand, and I need someone to inform some people that they won't be getting paid this month. Intrigued yet?
Since the minute you started moving your lips.
Well, the parking lot next to the Empire Hotel. Couple of guys, Russian accents, bit thick. I need you to tell them Venus doesn't have their money. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
What's in it for me?
Drinks on the house for a week.
I'd prefer cash.
You want cash? Whatever, I can do that. Question is, are you worth it?
Definitely. I'll do it.
I expected you'd bite. Empire Hotel.
If only you
Turn
knew.
on Rogue. You can run, right?
What?
Never mind. Just don't go starting any street fights, alright?
Don't tell me
These
what to
guys
do.
are connected. Anyhow, a lot of people have yet to confess to their beat priesters. Later died.
I just hope someone does something they'll regret. Oh, no. Oh, and get rid of that annoying turnstile, will you? Alright, so, seems like everyone wants to send us to our death. Let's see how death-defying our next stunt is. And Patty did not clog up the turnstile. Great. Let's see if we can avoid doing it. Huzzah! Alright, so we've picked up another side quest. We need to go tell some people that Venus doesn't have their money. Seems simple enough, but we've played RPGs before. We know it is not simple. But before we do that, let's go to the Skyline Apartments. Right here. In here we are supposed to find Paul the Ghoul. Always so many ghouls. And we need to see what he knows about this plague bearer. Because apparently, Paul looked sick when he was at the last round. Looks like I have bad posture when I do that. But then I straighten up. See, I like this jacket. Not as good as the shirt, obviously. Right? So I did happen to know exactly what floor he lived on. And poor Paul appears to be dead. But his answering machine is alive.
Hi, Paul?
Yes.
It's Hannah. Just calling to see how you are.
Oh,
I hope I didn't
not so
miss what
good.
I forgot. I feel like crap. Actually,
Are you a vampire?
do a favor. Could you pick me up some cold medicine?
No, I don't think vampires need cold medicine.
I hate to bother you, but I can't seem to get out of bed. The code on my door is 1203.
1203.
Hey, listen, I had a really good time the other night. Maybe we could do it again sometime.
Nope, he's dead. No more dates.
Okay, bye.
I mean, if you want to date a dead guy, I guess you could date me. 1203. And this is a nicely decorated place. Anything in the fridge? No. Alright. Hello, Hannah.
Paul, is that? Hey, you're not Paul.
Nope, not Paul.
Who are you? What are you doing in here?
I am a friend of Paul's. Or am I a doctor? A friend or a doctor? I'm a doctor. Paul sent me over. I'm a doctor. You sound pretty sick, Hannah. What's wrong?
I don't really know. I've taken all kinds of medicine, but I can't seem to get rid of it. I feel like I got a fever and a sore throat. I'm real weak. Can't seem to get out of bed. What day is it?
These are very serious symptoms. Sounds pretty bad. Where did you get it?
Well, I think I got sick from one of my clients.
Clients, you say.
I was feeling fine until I saw her a few days ago.
Is your client a plague bearer? What business are you in exactly?
I'm in sales.
Sales, yes. What
Yeah.
do you sell?
You know, door-to-door stuff. Nothing very interesting.
Are you sure? You sound like you're hiding something.
I do?
Yes.
I mean, no, I'm not hiding nothing. I don't like talking about my personal business with strangers.
But I'm a famous doctor. So the seduction response here seems a bit weird, considering that A, we're pretending to be a doctor, B, that she is, sick, and C, that we have never seen her before, so we are going to not do that. Instead, we are going to persuade Hey, look. You can trust me.
Okay, okay. I'm a professional escort.
You mean a call girl? That's cool. Hey, everyone's got to make a living.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly what I was hoping for when I moved to LA. But it pays the bills, I guess.
So, was Paul one of your regulars?
No, not Paul. He asked me out a couple of weeks ago, and we had a really good time, you know? He was the first guy in a long time who treated me decently.
We could be extremely, mean and say, oh, well, and he got dead for it, but we're not going to do that. All right. Tell me of this other client of yours.
She was just a woman who called. She found my ad in the newspaper. Usually only do business with referrals.
Then why do you have an ad in the
She was
newspaper?
offered a lot of money.
Did she tell you her name?
Her name was Jezebel. Jezebel Locke. I'm usually not too good with names, you know, but hers was so strange.
It is strange.
Can't seem to get it out of my head.
What happened? Did she enjoy your services?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember a whole lot about that night, you know. Everything's a little blurry, you know. I mean, I'm not usually, you know, into women, but I remember feeling so attracted to her.
Sounds like a vampire.
I thought she was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. Well, the next thing that's clear is when I woke up the next morning. I haven't been feeling too well since then. To tell you the truth, I have other friends who've worked with her, and they're not doing so hot either, you know?
Definitely a plague bearer. Where did you meet her, Hannah? Where is Jezebel Locke?
She had a room at the Empire Hotel. I can't remember the number. Hey, are you sure that Paul's okay? He's not sick, is he?
So once again, we can tell her that Paul's dead, but we're gonna lie. Paul's just fine, Hannah. Don't worry about him.
Good. He's a nice guy. I hope he calls me again.
Yes, well, you can both call each other in hell. I'm sure he will, Hannah.
I hope so. I really do.
Rest in peace, Hannah. I'll go take care of Jezebel Locke. Man, she took 100 damage from her disease. That's pretty rough. I gained some humanity for being such a liar, I guess. Alright, so there's a safe there. There's a key down here. Get lost, Vase. So we shall see what is up here in the safe. No, I don't need to do that. $200. Dead people don't need money. Or, you know, non-reanimated dead people don't need money. I need money, and I'm a dead person. All right. So there are a couple other things we can do here. If you remember when we were doing the bounty for Arthur Kilpatrick, there was a guy named Mike Durbin who we discovered, we learned had gone to downtown LA where we are, the Skyline Apartments. And so, it's not that one. Let's try 4. And so we can look and see if we can encounter him here. Or learn something. Alright. That's a keycard lock. That's not going to work either. Alright, let's try floors 1 and 2. Alright, this is locked. Can we pick it? Suspense. Building. Hey, that was easy. Alright, so this looks like a library. Lots of books. Alright. Anything I can... Clean bathroom. Chairs. Camera. Refrigerator. Mom's best brew. I would not want to have one of these signs in my bedroom. It would keep me awake. I guess you could take it off. Turn it off. Lots of drugs. Ooh, what's this? A photo. A blurry photo of what looks to be a Nosferatu. Uh-oh. Evidence of vampire's existence. We better keep this out of general circulation. This computer says boo. Alright, let's see what's on here. Upcoming shows. Haunted LA, Simon Milligan. Alright. Let's see if we can get into his email. Nope. Okay, so difficulty 5. Let's check out our hacking skill. It's at 3. Our current level of Auspex gives us 1 point to wit and perception, so we will only get up to hacking 4, which will not be enough. We do not yet have enough to get more in Auspex. We could buff our hacking ability through computer. That would cost us exactly 6, or through wits, which would cost us also 6. Hacking is pretty important. Now, remember, I'm playing this through as if I didn't actually know the passwords to everything. The passwords don't change between playthroughs, so once you know them, you can just write them down and use them throughout your other playthroughs and just entirely ignore the hacking skill. If you want to do a sort of minimax thing, you can do it that way. I am going to make myself spend the points, and so we're going to get more computer knowledge. And now we have 4 hacking. We will still need to use our Auspex to get in. So we go email, Control C, ectoplasm. Oh, oops. I opened the... Alright, we're gonna have to... Well, let's see if we actually need a password for the other thing. Oops, I did not spell that right. No. We don't. Alright, show 17. Hospital Horror, a dilapidated hospital in the downtown area. This place is very spooky. Minimal work required. The place is scary as hell. We'll say that it's a ghost of a nurse who feels as if she still has patients to serve. Alright. So... Alright. Eternal Unrest. There's a cemetery in Hollywood. It's full of actors with more than just dead careers. And again, it shouldn't take much effort on our part. So, we learned that there's a show, something called Haunted LA, in the downtown area. We've passed the place where it is. I mean, I happen to know that. I don't know if it's particularly obvious from the outside that it's a hospital. We'll look at that. Okay, let's look at their emails. Haunted LA is like the greatest show ever. I totally am gonna visit all the places you talk about. Hey, you should go to this one hotel I stayed at one time in Palm Springs. I swear it was haunted. The ghost kept turning on the sink faucet. Maybe he had OCD about washing his hands. Lol. And that's Fanboy McGee. I wonder if that's the same McGee that we know about. Next. Haunted LA my ass. Even if there were such a thing as ghosts and shit, which there ain't, there's no fucking way a goddamn werewolf could be hanging out in Griffith Park. Just who in the hell do you think you're fooling? It's not even as if you have a real fucking wolves around here for it to hide out with. I hope you get eaten by some flesh-eating monster, you stupid bastard. So that is not fan mail. It is from Angry Guy with Strong Opinions. So, we've learned a little bit about something. And I won't spoil anything, but there is indeed a side quest. So, there is one more place to go, floor 2, and that will be where we discover information about Mike, maybe meet Mike. Another lock. Let's get ready to buff, should we need it. Suspense. Alright, we can do 5. Alright. so there's a chalk outline on the floor. That's encouraging. This place looks like a shit heap. Dirty bathroom. Answering machine.
Mr. Milton,
Mhm.
you know who this is, and I do hope you realize that we're still on for tonight. Maybe at the agreed upon location across from
I don't think there's a date.
Bring your associate, Mr.
Durbin is who we are looking for.
Bye.
All right. Garbagey room. Kendo for advanced students. All right, let's look at that. You, as you are a product of the American public education system, nice. This tome is beyond your comprehension. We need a melee ability of 2 to use this. So we need to get better at fighting before we can learn to get better at fighting. It's sort of a catch-22 situation here. We will keep that around, and at some point, perhaps when we have points to spare, we will get ourselves better at melee combat, and then get even better at melee combat. Alright, so I think once we hit the outside, we will call this episode done. And when we return, we will start doing some of these various side tasks that we have accumulated. Don't look at me suspiciously. So we have to go deliver a message to some Russians in a parking lot. We have to go visit Jezebel Locke in the Empire Hotel, which is right there. We have to do the Elizabeth Dane at some point. And, oh yeah, there's the Haunted Hotel thing. So hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more adventures of, well, it's no longer this beautiful shirt. If you want to see more adventures of this dashing young blood mage, then subscribe so that you'll get notified when I release new episodes. And I have all sorts of other interesting things for you to watch as well. If you're not going to do any of that, well, maybe I'll send you to San Diego to find Kent, Al, and Ryan.